Clock in, clock in. Black guy that just walked in.
He already dead, there ain't no need to check his vitals pics. Yeah. He already dead, there ain't no need to check his vitals.
Team Black gotta stand up, man. Yo. Back with another video, man. Before we get to this video, yeah, I've been seeing a few things that I just feel like I just want to address right now. I don't even like addressing negativity, but sometimes you just gotta let folks know, like, if you ain't gonna have nothing good to say, sometimes it's best, like, what you doing on my stuff? What you doing over here? If you don't rock with me, don't rock with me. People what I'm going through. And some people turn around and say, oh, you can't be doing. Like, sometimes it kind of sucks being known, because it's like, once you know, people just expect you not to be a regular person who goes through regular stuff. Like, what be wrong with some of you guys? Some of you guys need to realize we are regular people, bro. And you so bad that you gotta come on here and say, oh, he lying, he doing this and that, he doing, like, what is your purpose for that? I just really need to know what be people's purpose for that. I bust my ass and work and try to get this content out every day for my real ones, the ones that I know who just want to hear my voice and just want to see me sometimes. I do it for them. And it be the ones that don't even care about what we be having going on over here, coming over here and saying negative shit and then just leave. And then just go say negative stuff on other people's stuff. Like, some of y'all, it's just ridiculous to me, bro. But I do want to shed light on the real ones, the ones that I really appreciate. It don't matter what you sent, I really appreciate it. And I definitely have a video specifically for you guys to actually show my appreciation to everybody who showed love. I'm still in the same position, doing as much as I can to get somewhere immediately. I know y'all can hear like lawnmowers and stuff. Like, I'm dead ass outside still trying to get this content in for y'all. And everything you guys been sending is very appreciated. Y'all just don't know how much I appreciate you guys. But I'm trying my hardest to get out this position, and I know you guys are trying your hardest to help. You guys can use this cash app right here to help me out to get back recording these videos. But right now, man, we back in the courtroom with Melly, or should I say Melvin. We in the courtroom with one of them boys. I don't know which one it is, but we end up with one of them. Now we got this detective that's here, man. And this detective, I ain't gonna lie, man, you could just look at the look on his face every time he speak. It's something about this detective that got me like, he up to something. You feel me? Not only is he up to something, he ain't going. Basically what this detective is trying to do, he's trying to prove that this phone most likely belongs to Melly. Not only does it belong to Melly, it could have been with Melly. First clip we're about to watch right here is him showing locations and how him seeing these locations made him come to a conclusion.
So we talked about Anthony Williams and reviewing his phone. You said you did the same for Chris Thomas's phone?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I failed to ask you what percentage of photos and videos on Mr. Thomas's phone depicted Christopher Thomas?
It was about the same, 75–80%.
And in terms of the cell phone number that was assigned to each of the two individuals that are deceased in this case, Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know those numbers by heart at this point?
No, I have to refer that.
Okay. So I'm first going to ask for Anthony Williams. What was Mr. Williams' phone number on October 26, 2018?
Well, I know Mr. Williams was the 954 number. It was 954-371-7895.
Okay, and that was, hold on.
I'm sorry, that was Dontavius Withers.
Dontavius Withers? Okay.
Yes.
So, in terms of Mr. Williams' phone.
954-248-9081.
And then Mr. Thomas's phone from the Sprint records. Do you recall his phone number?
His was the 772-713-2341.
So on Mr. Thomas's phone, did you do a similar extraction that we've already discussed about with Mr. Williams' phone?
Yes, sir.
And in terms of the dates and times of use of that cell phone, were you able to determine the last outgoing communication from Mr. Thomas's phone?
It was around 3 a.m. on 10/26/2018.
And do you know what the contents of that conversation was?
He was, Mr. Thomas was texting his girlfriend, asking her where he was at, where she was at.
In terms of the phones of Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas, Was there any other outgoing communication that you could find other than what you talked about after 3 a.m.?
No, ma'am.
Did you find any evidence that Mr. Thomas or Mr. Williams had been buying marijuana that day?
Yes, they all were communicating about the purchasing. They purchased earlier in the day, then later on that day as well before going to the studio to purchase again.
Are you aware that of what's been previously admitted into evidence as states 39?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that substance?
It is marijuana.
Is this the marijuana that was recovered from that car, a Jeep?
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to talk about, and can you explain to ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is a geofence warrant?
The geofence warrant is a technology that we use in criminal investigations. This technology has been around for a while. And basically a geofence warrant is where we establish a virtual perimeter around a known location. This technology is not new. It was heavily used recently in the January 6th riots. That's how you can identify individuals.
So if you explain when you're doing the geofence warrant, you said you're creating a
Virtual fence
around
a known location.
Okay. So I'm going to put and publish for what's been introduced as States 93. And if you could, for the purposes of the record, what does States 93 show?
This is just the map layout, the Google Maps of the area where the crime took place.
Okay. Did you do a geofence warrant for this location?
Yes.
And could you explain and show by drawing a approximate box of the geofence location that you did?
Yes, I did a radius. Very similar to that.
And so when you said you did a radius, how do you identify this location or circumference or diameter to Google?
Well, based upon the crime scene that we knew, I drew a radius around that perimeter, not too large. So I wanted to be careful not to, have US 27 interfere. So I just focused on the area around the crime scene. And the size of the radius is actually in the warrant.
And in terms of the activity that's going to show up on a geofence warrant, a regular Apple cell phone, is that going to show up on that?
Technically, yes, it can. If an Apple device is using a Google, an Android type app, which is Gmail, Google, search engine, then yes, you could potentially be identified in there. We will mostly identify Android devices.
And in terms of, you said mentioning Google, does that include Google Maps?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of this geofence warrant, whatever they call it, or geofence board, whatever they were saying, because, I'm really not a fan of it because, are we looking for robot devices or are we looking for people? Because it's they're more concerned about tracking devices and computers instead of real people. We looking for where Melly was at. We don't really too much care about where the phone was at unless y'all could let us know that this phone was actually on Melly at that moment. But until we figure out if Melly had that phone at that moment, all these geofence boards and these electronic locations and stuff like that really ain't locating nothing but the phone. If it even is locating that, because he stated it locates Google phones more accurately. And I don't know. I think Melly had an iPhone or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? It's getting a little bit too hot out here. Milk is definitely needed, bro. You feel me? But this video right here that we about to watch is a little shaky.
message while the person you are calling is entering information to pay for this call. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To continue, press 1. To disconnect, press 2. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, baby. Why you just call my phone where I got my credit card linked to? You should have called my phone, baby, because I put money on my phone.
It's money on my phone.
No, you out of money. It said that this account was empty. I just put my credit card on your phone now.
Yeah, you could have. Oh, yeah, it's on my credit card. You could have.
Yeah, I don't know your credit card number because it asked for like your expiration date and your zip code. I don't know what your stuff is that's linked to that card. Put in your 7-Eleven. Like 7-Eleven in your life. What you doing, baby?
Yeah. I'm driving. Give you just my credit card. I'm gonna give you my credit card number.
Well, I'm trying to get back your phone because he said I'll be answering the phone like I'm supposed to.
And we gonna be working and all that.
Yeah. Oh, he just said he love you. Keep your head up. And everything. And then yeah, Peasy. When's been checking your phone? I ain't been reading your stuff, but we got like text messages from him. I didn't know if you want me to call him or anything on three-way or...
Yeah, but I'm having you call Justin home through.
Who is that? Hold on. You got your number?
He did it, son. Yeah, it's in my phone. Justin home.
Oh, P. Diddy's son. Okay. Hey, I'm at the bridge. The bridge went up. I should go get it. The bridge. Okay, yeah, we put in the GPS for 7-Eleven. Okay, yeah, So I go under contact, I go under Justin.
Yeah.
What's the number? It said I need facial recognition.
762556.
7. Oh my God, I'm trying to drive, I'm trying to do this. Hold on. 7625556.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mariah, can you drive real quick? I just like, hold on, I'm about to have Mariah drive so I can do this for you. Because I'm trying to.
Okay, so detective, I want to make sure it's clear what number was being dialed.
772-713-9807.
Are you able to identify who was speaking by their voice?
It was the defendant speaking with his mother.
They mentioned track.
So they got Melly. They in the passcode to the phone. And they got, I believe that was his girlfriend. I don't know if that was his mom. I don't know. Because, like, he said that was his mom, but I don't know. I think that was his girlfriend. It could have been his mama, too. But y'all let me know who y'all think that was. Or I think it was both of them or something like that. And them mentioning Track had the phone when they picked it up is going to bring a lot more questions. Because it's going to be like, damn, if they share the phone with everybody else, what they share with Track too or something like that. They just keep finding ways to add more people to the situation. And it's like we already had Buddy go up there, man, telling folks he wish he had weed and all. Like, this is becoming a whole weed case. Shit, it becoming a delusional case. It becoming all type of stuff. To the point we ain't got one thing to stick to right now. We just waiting to see what happens next. But let's look at the important photos they believe we should be watching in this video right here.
Video 6. Video 7. Video 8. Video 8, Detective Marty, if you'd be so kind as to read the print down at the bottom of this Western Union.
It says Jamel Demons, 604 9th Avenue, Vero Beach, Florida, 32962, USA, and the phone number 772-713-9807.
And what was the date of this?
Date is October 2nd, 2018.
Yeah.
That was video 9, video 10. Detective Marty, in video 10, do you recognize the other individual?
That appeared to be Chris Thomas.
I'm sorry, pause it on the spot.
No, that's Corlin Henry.
Then you have number 11.
Be on your stop. Stop.
And 12.
You see, this is going to clean this little bird. I have a little. When you look at your mama, that's your mama.
Detective Marty, can you see the reflection in this video of the cell phone?
Yes, it's in the glasses on the right lens.
Video 13.
Right around with your trade code. Right around with your hand phone.
Video 14.
Tell everybody that Julie, you know, I just got pulled over. Tell everybody that Julie, you know, I just got pulled over. Okay. So, I'm sorry if I don't make it, but I should make it. That's right. Little mama. Let me see that bar, little mama.
And who is that second individual in this video?
The co-defendant, Corlin Henry.
I raised you blood. Reason you know the niggas you with. Cousin. Reason you got that deal you got. Cousin me. The reason you are who you are. Because of me. Pussy. And if you use me like the rest of the pussy ass niggas did, you get the same consequences.
The Instagram or the social media name YNW Sack Chaser 1. Who is that YNW Sack Chaser 1 account belong to? So play video 21 again. Who is that?
That looks like Frederick Gibbons, some administrator.
And the last one.
Yeah, man, y'all know what time it is, man. My brother get that motherfucking YNW on the way. This shit for life, nigga. Stop playing. Oh, yeah, nigga, spend the time, nigga. Oh, God, nigga. Y'all stop playing. Nigga, we got rest on it, nigga. Stop playing. Okay, then, wait, I'm in the tape, nigga. Okay, then. Try to drop the YNW on the tape. Stop it, nigga.
Okay, Detective Moretti, in terms of the phone of the defendant, you got that there in front of you?
Distraction.
Sorry, my apologies. The 772-713-9007 phone that was identified in the jail call.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And whose jail call was that again?
Janelle Demons.
So, and Demons. Provides with license. Thank you. In terms of, you indicated that this phone has a passcode on it.
Yes, ma'am.
When you turned this phone on, did the passcode that was on that jail call unlock that phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And so, in terms of the passcode, if you would be so kind again?
762-556.
Now, if you heard what I just heard, man, we obviously realize say that was not Melly's phone. Reason being why is because the phone is full of pictures of Melly. And then what kind of throw me off is Melly saying a lot of stuff like in the little videos. Talking about you use me, you gonna end up like them. Like a lot of them videos he was saying stuff in sound kind of wild. You feel me? But at the end of the day, this phone still could have been in somebody else's possession. That's not gonna take away that fact though. I ain't gonna lie to you. For some reason, somebody else could have had that phone. Just like I done heard other people say, hell, Portland could have had the phone. It could have been Portland speaking at the moment where they thought it was Melly speaking. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, just cause that phone looks like it was predominantly used by Melly still doesn't give me the 100% green light. Melly's the one that has this phone 24/7. Right now, let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments below. I will catch y'all on the next video. We'll keep the updates coming. Screw me.